Today's readings take me back to when I was a freshman, once in high school and once in college. That's right, I was only a freshman one time. Okay, several times, but let's not go there. When I was in high school, I was in a Catholic high school, and I joined the choir. That was the first time I ever had an opportunity to sing with the choir, and I was also given an opportunity to sing a solo. And several members of the choir were given that opportunity to sing certain verses of this one hymn, and it was at our first concert. So it was the first time my parents actually heard me sing a solo in front of an audience. It was kind of exciting and a little frightening, but I went through it. My point is that this verse was from today's second reading, Paul to the Romans. Owe no one anything except to love one another, for he who loves his neighbor has fulfilled the whole law. And that verse stayed with me ever since freshman in high school. It was very meaningful to me. Although now, perhaps it lost a little bit of a meaning in the sense that, oh, no one, well, I have a mortgage and credit cards and student debt, but I don't think that's what we're talking about here. At least St. Paul is not talking about that. But what do we owe people? And that's important. We'll get to that in a minute. The next time when I was, my first year of college, I was in a Catholic college. And then I transferred to a secular college for business. But the first year in that Catholic college, the drama club put on a play about St. Thomas Becket. And the two men, that one played Henry II and the other played Thomas Becket, were amazing. They really had us in the palm of their hand. And one of the famous lines from that play, and it's been argued what he actually said, but in the play I saw, Henry says, "Will no one rid me of him? Who, sire? That meddlesome priest," talking about Thomas Becket. Now, Thomas Becket took on the King of England about the rights and privileges that the church should have. And the king was somewhat taken aback by it. And actually, Thomas was exiled for a while. And when he came back, people said that the king ordered his death by saying, "Will not someone rid me of him?" In today's gospel, is that what Jesus is telling us to be? Meddlesome priests speaking out for the church? I wonder. How many are willing to do that? I know I can't tell you when. I can't even tell myself when. I'm reluctant sometimes, thinking, well, he who is without sin cast the first stone. I'm not without sin. What can I say? Yet what is left for us? What are we to do? Thomas stood up before the King of England. Who do we stand up before? As Catholics, as Christians, as people of the world, do we stand up to those oppressors? Who is there to fight for the defenseless? Who is there to fight for those in need? Who is there to speak up for these? And I think that's us. Is that all?
No, it's a cell phone.
Oh, someone's, okay.
It's a sign from God.
Sign from God. I think I'm going the wrong way. Anyway, I think that's us. Now, we have a lot of people especially politicians, and it's somewhat annoying, isn't it, who claim to be Catholics, yet they don't follow Catholic teaching. Who's to stand up to them? Who's to stand up to those people when we see people in need? One of the things of our Catholic Church, and I've said this before, on any given day, the Catholic Church feeds more people, teaches more people, cares for more people who are sick than any other organization in the world. And I ask you to be part of that. And I think Jesus is asking us to be part of that. To be meddlesome priests. I'm not talking about being like that character on TV, Sheldon, who tells people how they're wrong. That's just annoying. I don't want you to be annoying. I want you to be caring people. That's what Jesus is asking us, to be caring people. The thing is that we hear from the prophet Ezekiel. Now, Ezekiel is ministering to the people at a very difficult time in the history of Israel. Long gone now is the power and the majesty of Solomon, when Israel was powerful economically, politically, and spiritually. Now we have the forces from the east about to bear down on Israel. We have Israel in disarray. And God tells Ezekiel, tell the man who's wrong that he's wrong. I will hold him accountable if he's wrong. I will hold you more accountable. Yet if you tell him he's wrong and he still does wrong, you will have saved yourself. So it's now our time to stand up to those who are wrong and to stand up for those who are in need. Owe no one anything except to love one another. And the last part of the gospel should also be meaningful to us. For where two or more of you are gathered in my name, there I am in your midst. And we totally believe that as we gather today, in the highest form of prayer that we have, the Mass, that Jesus is here, soon to be physically here and with us in Holy Communion. It is important that we take from here, as we go out those doors, take Jesus with us and stand up to the world against the evil that is there.